Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is OmniBadu and I am back with another one. Yay! Keep in mind that these are general collective readings and I don't read for any one specific sign on this channel. If this is your story, your business, if this resonates, be honest with yourself. Plug yourself into the reading where you deserve to be. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down, hit the reverse on it. Do whatever you have to do, but don't force it. Only take what resonates with you, your life, your story, and leave the rest behind. If this is your story, your business, if this resonates, give it a thumbs up, like it if you like it, and subscribe if you likes my vibe. Welcome, hey, if you're new, and welcome back if you have been here before. Hey, I was just reading through y'all comments. Boy, I tell you, y'all are funny, and y'all be having me cracking up. Y'all be making me laugh. Because it's like, oh, y'all be saying I'm saying stuff funny, y'all. When I tell y'all, I don't know, you know. I don't be remembering what's in the readings, but also when I'm doing the reading, I'm just saying whatever needs to be said. And then somebody was like, Missy, that's my cat. Like, Missy be coming through with a confirmation, which also had me cracking up, like, not Missy. She's a spiritual little thing, I tell you. Boy, my kids swear she be leaving into another realm because she's an outside cat. And sometimes we just can't find her. You know, we be like, where the hell is Missy at? Like, and my kids be like, see, she went through a portal. Like, they believe that, they just swear up and down that our cat is like walking between all the realms, which she might be, I don't know. I don't be there. But anyway, yeah, you guys are so fun. I love you guys. And I be missing y'all too. And things should be better. I know I've been saying that all year because that's been my intention all year. But my kid's father, like, I know, y'all just, I wish y'all could just be living my life with me so y'all could understand. Like, this motherfucker is a real life crazy person. I've been saying it for years because it's true, right? I mean, his mama just started saying it. I swear to God. Shoot, I just was talking to her last night and she was like, he needs some mental health. Oh, bitch, really? Yeah, he needed that when he was a child, when he was flipping desks over in the 3rd grade in his teacher's classroom. Like, what? He needed some counseling way back when he was 8. But okay, whatever. Anyway, so we got lust. Okay, somebody is curious about you. Somebody that y'all used to sleep with. But I don't feel like y'all still sleeping with this person anymore. We have Amaze looking even better in person than the last time. So maybe you guys have recently bumped into somebody that you used to smash. But I feel like you could be in your 30s or your 40s. You could even be in your late 20s. Like, I'm feeling 28 to 30. You know, if you're in the 20s, any of the 30s, any of the 40s, right? But this is possibly somebody that you were sleeping with. I was gonna say when you were much younger, like your early 20s, no matter what age you're in, or you could, if you're like in your 40s, then you could have been between 28 and 30 or 28 and 32 when you were dealing with this person. But I'm getting strongly that some of you guys, this is somebody resurfacing from college or high school, which is wild, right? This is something that from a really long time ago for some of y'all. Because even if you're like 45 and then you used to mess with this person when you were 28, 29, 30, whatever, it's like, why are you worrying about me? Why are you curious about me or whatever, right? So yeah, there's somebody, they're curious, they're lusting after you, they find you to be really, really attractive. We have lust and longing, like, damn, put your D up, right? Because this is somebody who got their meat out, you know? It's intensity, sexual energy, non-committal though. So this is somebody who likes the chase. They like, you know, the act, but they don't want none of the other shit. They don't want no relationship. They don't want no title. They don't want no kids. They're not trying to get married. They don't want to be together forever. They just want to sleep with you maybe until the end of time with no other type of attachment. And I feel like that could be where you guys went wrong in the past, right? Like with consequences karma, cause and effect. This person could be exactly how they were and who they were all those years ago. It sounds crazy, I know, but a lot of people don't grow. A lot of people don't, most people, I would say, don't really grow. They don't really change. They don't evolve. They don't try to, transmute or transform into a different version of themselves. They're just okay, happy, and content being a dusty trash bag. You know what I'm saying? So, or being a whore, or slutting around, or cheating all the time, man or woman. And this could be somebody who cheats every time they do put a title on some shit. Every time they find themselves in a quote unquote relationship, they're cheating, right? They just can't help themselves. It's like a moral thing. This is just how I understand it. Like, once you start to do things you don't have any business doing, it becomes easier to do those things, and it also becomes easier to do other things, right? So if this is somebody with the lust and the longing and all this sexual energy, and it, even with this person finding you to be attractive, right? This is not a shot or a dig or a bad thing that this person finds you to look even better than you did before, right? But it kind of highlights what type of person that this person is. They're 3D based, they're shallow, they're superficial. Oh, you're so fine. Like, so that's what's important. That's what matters to them. Like, damn, you're still so fine. And they thinking like, damn, the sex would still hit. Maybe it used to hit or whatever, right? So it's something about this person it's something about them like losing their moral compass or something. Like, years and years ago, this person cheated on one person they was in a relationship with, and although it blew up in their face and they got all types of negative karma for it, they have continued to consistently cheat on everyone that they get into a commitment in a relationship with. They might have even started sleeping with. Okay, first it was just cheating. The next person, now they cheating with their sister. The next person, they cheat with their sister and their best friend, and, after that, they trying to smash somebody's mama, while they smashing the daughter. So just weird shit, right? Or sleeping with the person's dad, something just diabolical, disgusting, super low vibrational, right? So it's like you light this person's life up, but maybe they're light too. This person is like kind of soulless, empty, low vibrational, kind of dark energy, and they may not really have an internal light anymore. Went out a long time ago. And you could bring a spark into this person's heart, their energy, their soul, right? Because this is somebody who's empty. They're a void. There is nothing there. There's no light there. I feel like people who lose their light also lose their souls. And that's how they end up in the positions where they're doing weird shit, like sleeping with family members of the person that they're in a commitment with, or sleeping with that person's best friend, all their best friends, all their friends, period. You start allowing, you open now. Ain't shit in there to occupy this vessel. There is no soul. There is no light. There is no let me do right, let me do good. Now you open. Now you're an empty vessel. Now, other things out there in the divine, out there in the universe, you're susceptible. They can come in and say, oh, this person's a sexual deviant. Let's get all our sexual deviant demons on this motherfucker, something like that, right? And again, demon for me is not the shit you see in the movies. It's literally just a word that I use to, I guess, draw attention to the fact that this person has been led astray, right? It's an attachment, right? Anybody and everybody can have attachments. Any and everybody has had demons. Any and everybody has found themselves at one point doing some shit that's totally and completely out of character. Because at some point before you did the thing that was out of character, you were susceptible, you were open, and something attached itself to you because you were heartbroken, you were going through heartbreak, and now you're open, right? There is no light there. You're empty in that moment, right? You got to keep yourself full. You got to keep yourself full of light. You got to keep yourself in a high vibration no matter what you're going through. So when people try to tell me, oh, you're laughing, you're joking, it's just to hide the pain, it's like, no, bitch, like I really can always find something to smile and laugh and joke about, because why not? I'm not dead, right? Like something ended, but my life isn't over. What the fuck are you talking about? So yeah, I'm always gonna find the positive side of life. I've always been that way since I was a child. I'm always gonna be that way because that's just who I am, right? This is somebody who's the complete opposite. They never ain't shit funny. They don't see shit funny. Nothing is there. There's nothing to laugh about. And that's not to say they not laughing and keying with their friends at the club, at the bar, at the gigs, at the concerts, at the kickbacks, whatever and wherever. Yeah, they laughing and giggling and t, and did you see that? Nah, and they the life of the party, but that's a mask. That's a facade. This person really doesn't feel like that on the inside. They're empty on the inside, right? You may even be able to see when this person laugh or smile, it doesn't meet their eyes. It's all mouth, right? Because it's not coming from inside. It's it's like a dance that this person is doing to lead people to believe that they're high vibrational and that they're whole and healthy and healed and things like that, but they're freaking not. Is Missy at the door? Yes, you are. Okay. Y'all, give me a second. Girl, get in here with the phone. Okay. Get her some food. Hold on. Okay, so they're as empty as they always have been, obviously, right? Because they're still very much like 3D based, but also very sexual, overly sexual, want to have sex with any and everybody at any point, anywhere, just disgusting. So yeah, this is again, y'all have gotten to this place where you haven't seen or spoken to this person in however long, and now y'all are getting ready to bump into each other, or y'all have bumped into each other recently. Whoever this is, they may actually be connected to someone else at the time that you guys have whatever interaction that you guys have or are going to have. With what the fuck out here, don't even know how to react and drifting, slowly parting, disconnecting, and detaching. I don't feel like that's you guys' energy, because I don't feel like you guys have had any dealings with each other for quite some time, years. So it does kind of feel and look like they have somebody else that people may get with this person, and this is how I feel, right? I feel like, especially with this energy, people get with this person because they see that this person needs help or healing, or, they just need somebody to come in and love them the right way. The last girl didn't love them as good as I'm gonna. Like, bitch, get over yourself. Everybody's out here trying to love these motherfuckers the same way, right? If the last girl got treated like shit and cheated on and busted upside there, whatever was going on, that's because that's who the person is who did all that shit to the girl, right? It's not because nothing is wrong with the girl, but women like to, or men, but mostly I know women like to mind fuck themselves into believing things that aren't true, like false realities. It's so weird, it's so disturbing, it's disgusting, it's sad, and it's low vibrational. To look at some other woman, I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck what y'all history is. You were not in those people's house. You are not a part of those people's relationship. You're getting one side of the story from someone who is a narcissist and a fucking compulsive, habitual liar. And then you're trying to drag somebody through the motherfucking mud based off of some shit somebody said that because you're dick dizzy? Because your ass has been lost your mind over some sex? Because you want a man that bad, your desperation and your pick-me energy got you clowning the next bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, what a loser. I can't stand them type of females. I will cut your ass off in a heartbeat. I've made that very clear, friends included. So, yeah, when I have females around me, like, yeah, because his last bitch, how do you know? They always get mad at me. How do you know? Because he said, so you just believe everything he said about her? Why do you even care about her? Why are you even worried? The fact that he's still talking about her and you're eating it, that says a lot about you. Because I wouldn't be fucking with nobody who's still ranting and raving about their fucking ex. Or ranting and raving about their baby mama. Oh, I hate that bitch. Oh, no. What are you talking about? We can't deal with each other. This person didn't carry children for you and you calling her a bitch? And talking about you hating? And talking about you with, you know, that you hope that next man come through and beat her head? No, Bookie, we can't. Not me and you. No, you're angry. You bitter. You got problems, right? But that's how you end up with two karmics in a relationship together, and then it's gonna transform into a karmic cycle of, you know, now you hate this person and now you're talking shit and big up in the baby mom or the ex, and you know, that's why that bitch left you, you know, because you really ain't shit. It turns into that, but it's like, see, now you look stupid because, see, you didn't sing this man praises up and down, through and through, because you desperately wanted a man. And you put your blinders on and you put your rose-colored glasses on and you decided you didn't want to see the situation for what the fuck the situation really the fuck is, right? I see it every day. I literally see it every day. And then when dude turn out to be what you think the dude is, it's like, oh God, how did I end up here? Because you were laughing and talking shit and judging and formulating opinions on people's lives and relationships that you were not a part of, and you put your blinders on, believed everything that came out this person's mouth, and now you find yourself in a situation where you're like, what the fuck is going on? Because dude is drifting. Dude was already drifting because he doesn't do relationships. But the fact that whoever this is don't really like relationships and titles, they don't want to do right by anybody. They don't want to be a provider, right? Which is, that is just so corny. Like, you just want to grow up and be a high schooler for your entire life? Like, what a fucking loser. I don't want to be a provider. I don't want to buy a house. I don't want to start a business. I don't want to go move up in a company. I want to lay around and fuck. And that's the type of person that this masculine is. So whoever they're drifting away from, they've been drifted away from this person, because this is somebody who's like, when are you gonna get me pregnant? When are we having a baby? You said we was gonna have a baby. They don't want no fucking baby with you. They said whatever they needed to say so they could get it under your roof, your goofy ass, right? So yeah, they're slowly parting. The masculine is detaching. The feminine feels it. And they're literally like, oh my God, what the entire fuck is going on here? This is weird. This is crazy. He said he loved me. He said she wasn't shit and that she was the problem. But it seems that he's the problem because he ain't doing nothing he said he was going to do before he got here now that he's here. And the masculine is sick and fucking tired of this person badgering them for time, attention, a family, a title, a ring, a baby, or all of the above, right? Or whatever it is. So they see you, instantly get this very strong sexual urge, like to just be with you and have you, touch you, taste you. I literally felt and heard like this person want to eat you. I don't know. Maybe this person's an eater. I don't know. You know, and maybe that's something you really like. I do to you, right? I don't know. But maybe they never used to do that for real. Or maybe they did. I don't know. It's a desire that they have. Strong desire, too, because that was very, very prominent, very prevalent. So it's like they've seen you. If y'all already bumped into each other, this person's just been fantasizing about you since then. Curious. They're curious. Hi, can I help you? Did you feel me doing this reading? You wanted to come in and bring some confirmation for the people. So anyway, yeah, they're curious about you. You guys do have different goals, and that goes along with what I was just saying. Like, you're a hustler, you're a go-getter, you have shit that you're trying to accomplish, you have plans, goals, you're moving in a certain direction, you're moving towards buying your first house, you're moving towards, you know, or whatever it is, right? Maybe you already own your own home and you're ready to renovate it and bring it into the, you know, year 2025 because you bought this thing in 96, you know, and it's a little outdated in there. Who knows? Who cares? What I do know is y'all have different goals. You do not want the same things. The masculine literally wants what I said that they want, right? They literally want sex. They want an easy life. Now, if you hustling and killing it and you got a really nice place and all your bills are, they would happily move right in, but they're not going to help you with anything. You got it. You got all of this and was paying all these bills before I moved in. Why do you need my money? You already had this. You got this. You got it. I believe in you, right? Like, that's the kind of energy that this person's going to come with. And, so we have boundaries at the bottom of the deck. No means no, right? Drawing the line. So you're like, nah, I'm okay. Because with building, wants to build or start a family is what it says on there. So some of y'all are like, no, man, because you know that you want a family. You know that you want something real. You know that eventually you're going to want to get married and things like that. And you know that this person is all about a good time. They all about a quick nut, you know, and things like that. So they're even coming out as the King of Swords, you know, detached from their emotions, overly logical, overthinking ass, you know, air energy, thoughts all in the head, plotting, planning. I always feel like strategy is also a part of the air energy, right? So this is somebody, so they're still in this energy of being strategic and being removed and detached from their emotions and things like that. It's all about strategy. It's all about, it's like chess, right? This person is literally playing chess, not checkers. They can move these pieces of other people's lives in the direction that they want them to go and how they want them to go. But the way that they're moving the shit around is to serve, is self-serving, right? So boy, they want you. I feel like a part of the reason they want you so fucking bad, because this is wanting you really, really bad. I feel like a part of the reason they want you so bad is because things are falling apart around them. So either they're looking for a scapegoat. This person could be looking for somebody to jump ship, you know, to this situation is crashing and burning. You know, they may have even put this other feminine energy in a tough spot. This person may be behind on some bills, or, you know, they haven't paid rent, something like that, right? They haven't paid their mortgage. Something might be going on due to this masculine and just how this person moves or whatever. So I kind of feel like they need like a quick exit. They need to hurry up and get the fuck out of Dodge because shit is not really going the way it was supposed to go, because the feminine got too emotional or got too demanding or whatever, right? Yeah, especially with the Knight of Pentacles coming out. Like, it's been a long time, but it's also been a long time coming, right? But you see how you're in the cup energy and this masculine is in the sword energy. And that goes along with the different goals, right? Not even wanting the same thing. Y'all don't even vibrate in the same frequency or energy. And y'all, there's just no way that y'all could want the same things, because you're all about heart. You're all about emotion. You're all about love, self-love, empathy, showing love to others, making sure people know that you're being genuine and sincere, that you're there for them, that you will help them out whenever they need some help. You know, like, that's just what it is. And this person is a strategizer, right? They're strategic. They're always plotting. They're always planning. They're always trying to figure out how to manipulate. Oh my God, let me open this back door first. Somebody, I don't know who's having an epiphany, because there is like some energy out here of somebody having an epiphany, or some sort of truth being revealed, or, you know, maybe somebody been lying to their own self, you know, who knows. But we have Two of Pentacles, the Chariot with Judgment. Yeah, juggling life and finances. So things are definitely going awry over with the other girl or the other guy. And with the Nine of Pentacles out here, you're self-sufficient, you're stable, your money is looking good. You're in this Empress energy, single, thriving, looking good. And this person isn't doing so well. And so with Judgment, y'all, I'm telling you, this person now wants forward movement with you. They've made a decision. They've made the call to themselves. Now, mind you, all y'all did was see each other in passing or whatever. And now you're going to get this masculine who's going to start texting you or calling you or hitting you in your DMs or something like that. And all of this is because things are falling apart wherever they are. Some of y'all, this could be your ex. Like, I feel like it was a sexual situation. Some of y'all, this could be somebody long term. It could be a kid's father or something like that. And you guys went your separate ways and they've been in a whole ass commitment with somebody else. But now it's starting to fall apart. And so now they could be coming towards you wanting forward movement. But it's strategy, I'm telling you, right? Like, they're not coming towards you wanting forward movement because they love you. They're not coming towards you wanting forward movement because they miss you. They're coming for the forward movement because things have imploded where they've been at. The money's no longer there, or maybe they are the one with all the money and the provider, and whoever the girl is been running through their money. Now they broke. You know, now they can barely even make ends meet. Now all their savings is completely just gone, wiped away. And they're like, fuck this shit. Oh, you know what? I know who, the collective, because they never, you know, would have did, or they used to make sure that I was putting money in savings. This bitch is trying to spend all my savings. You know, like, there's some sort of, like, this has been thought about, especially with that King of Swords energy out here. Like, this has been very greatly thought about. The decision to move forward with the Chariot has been made. And all of this is going on without your, like, knowledge. Like, you're not a part of this planning process. Even with the Nine of Pentacles clarifying the King of Swords, I'm telling you, get the fuck out of here. We have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. New cycle, because aces are new energy, right? But I'm telling you that it's based around finances. It's based around a check. This person has felt like they've been locked up somewhere, right? With this other situation, or they physically have been locked up, either or. And now they're out, or they're trying to get out. And they're like, damn, I'm out here, but I don't have anything. But I know that I'll be okay. I know that I'll be able to survive. I'll be able to make it if I can get back into the collective's good graces. Not to mention, you look really good. They really, really enjoy it. And they're missing sex with you because y'all haven't done it in years or whatever, because they've been smashing with this other person. You see this shit? This came out sideways, almost as a blockage. That is wild. I almost feel like these should be switched, but I'm not gonna switch them. But I want to in my head, because it's King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Death with the King of Swords. But I feel like it's more like this person's trying to have some sort of revival after they're simultaneously trying to end something with somebody else, or they just ended a sentence or something like that, right? But they're wanting to have a revival. They're wanting things to come back, have a rebirth with you. They are seeing you as the Nine of Pentacles. You could be a Virgo, you could be a Scorpio. This masculine could be an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini, or they just have that in their chart, or that's just, but most importantly, that's the energy that they moving in. Yeah, the way these cards is coming out is blowing my fucking mind. Cause here's the Ace of Swords, which we already have here, right? So with the Four of Swords, that's healing, that's growth, that's what is it, internalizing? I feel like internalizing issues or whatever, right? Just looking at the bigger picture. What's going on here? This, that, and the third, you know, so it's like the epiphany, the revelation that this person is coming to save themselves to put themselves in a better position in life, to get their money back up, to have peace on a daily basis, no crying, no drama, no, begging for a baby or begging for a marriage or begging for, right? They're like, who, where, and they really sat with this, right? This is where I want you to understand, like, when they start to pursue you, if they're already pursuing you or whatever, it may feel completely random. It may feel like a shock or anything like that. But that's just how it feels to you because you're literally on the outside. This person has sat with this. They have thought about this. Like they really are putting they really got a plan together and they're getting ready to put that plan in motion. They feel like you guys have a foundation from the past. They feel like you guys have a foundation, or they feel like either you guys had a foundation in the past and now you have grown and added to that foundation and now it's more. But it's definitely giving the energy of this person feeling like maybe like they planted some sort of seeds. Like, of course, you have your own foundation and all the stuff I was saying, but it's also something about like this person feeling like that there were seeds planted all those years ago. And they feel like if they come in at this point, they're going to be like nurturing whatever this was that they planted along. It's almost like if you started a garden, but you never watered it or never did anything to it and just moved on with your life, and then you come back and you move back into that house and you're like, oh my gosh, I wonder if those seeds are still out there in that flower, pot or whatever. Then you go put some fucking water on it to wait to see if it grows. So that's almost like what I'm getting. Like these seeds were planted, they feel a long time ago. They never nurtured it. There was never any water put to it. And they're like, but I know, like they know for a fact that the seeds are still in your heart, right? They feel like the seeds are still there. Now, are they? I don't know. But this person feel like they are. They're watching you. They may even have other people watching you. Intentionally, or people are just starting to watch you because this person is talking about you. But it's wild because these are all their wants and desires and feelings. They're not yours. With your energy, we just have that that this person doesn't want what you want. You're grounded, right? You're aware of what it is and what it isn't. So you're like, yeah, I already fucked with you in the past. People don't change like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything that they were, they still are. Everything that they were into, they're still into. Everything that they were doing, they're still doing it. If they were slutting around, they still a slut. If they were stealing from people, they still a thief. If they were lazy and trifling and shiftless and didn't want to work or provide for them, they still a lazy ass, loser ass, fucking homosexual, vagabond ass, blah, right? So with the Sun and the Queen of Cups, that's your energy. And self-love, right, is so vital, but also like happiness, we talk about it, it comes from within, and it truly does. And so with the Queen of Cups and the Sun, it's just giving me that you're whole, you're happy, you're content within yourself. Your happiness, your inner child is totally, she's safe. She feels safe, she feels secure, she feels supported, right? And so yeah, I feel like you're doing really good. I feel like you're doing really, really good. Personally, professionally, you may be doing really, really well. You may be talking to somebody that you like or whatever, and you're not about to mess that up to go back into the situation with this person who you already know is completely wrong. Or you single, and you single and happily single and ready to mingle. A lot of people project. I won't even say confused. I'll say a lot of people project if you're single, you're lonely. If you're single, you're miserable, because they feel that. Them being single is lonely, it's miserable. I can't wait till I have a man, or women who are like in their late 30s and their 40s and their obsession with getting a man because they want to have kids. Like, bitch, your time has passed. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to say it. You didn't want to have kids when the rest of us was having kids, and now you stalking people and crying on people's phones and chasing people down, and like, what are you doing at this big age? Come on, trying to trap people with babies at 42. What are you doing, right? So yeah, it's like, I feel like you're good. You're good. You're vibing high. Your inner child is at peace. You nothing to worry about in your energy, because you found that self-love and you figured out, because people are always like self-love and happiness but you don't really, it just sounds good. It's like, okay, happiness. So I'm not really happy when I'm happy with someone. I'm happy because I'm already happy, so, or I was miserable, but then when I got with them, I felt happier. And you're telling me I wasn't really happy. I was just content because I was with somebody. Like, what are you saying? So it doesn't make sense when people say like happiness comes from within. You're the only person who can make yourself happy. That really doesn't click for people until you do it, right? Until you discover like, what does that mean even? And then you start trying to figure out what it means, and then you figure it out. I can't tell you, I did it my own self, my own way. I detached from the world for years. I was off social media. I didn't do anything for years but sit with myself. Beat myself up for the first couple of years over the things I did wrong and the bad decisions I made. Forgave myself for the next couple of years. Like, it's okay. We all make mistakes. You were young. And then, the last couple of years, just getting into a place of acceptance and being like, okay, I'm happy. This is it. Like, no, I am happy, right? Like, I do love myself. I do think I'm the shit. Yeah, I made some bad choices in the past, but that's okay. They don't define me. That's not who I am. Those are decisions that I made 12 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 15 years ago, 20 years ago. So, no, 20 is too much because I'm 35. So that would be 15. So yeah. We'll just go 15 on down, right? So yeah, it's like that's pretty much how it works, right? And then when you find that, when you get there, when you talk to your little inner self and you like, listen, little Omni, I know your mom didn't love you the way you wanted to be loved, and your sister's been jealous of you and competing with you, and your mom was your first bully, and you don't trust women or like women because the women in your family are crazy as fuck and they're fucking weird. And you trying, you working on it, you doing the best, you right? I had to like look at myself and be like, why don't I like girls? I don't like women, right? And I'm not saying that to be fucked up or mean, or I hate women, or I'm, it's a pick me situation, or I don't want to be in competition. It's literally, I don't trust women. I don't believe that there's a woman in the world that could really be my real friend, not without, foul intentions or a motive, or talking about me behind my back, or lying on me, or spreading false rumors, because that's all I know from bitches. I don't know a bitch that's ever been straight up, except myself, right? You would think you cool with a bitch, and the whole time she hates your guts and she's jealous of you and shit, and you don't know, because people are so pussy, right? If I don't like you, I'm going to tell you. You're never going to have to guess. You're never going to have to worry. But all my life, I have found myself like, what is this person's problem? Whole time, everybody else is like, well, they said you said this. They said you did. What? I did? Why they didn't tell me? We can't talk about it? I'm happy, I'm content where I am in life, but yeah, no, don't trust women. It's something that I'm aware of, and it's something that I've been working on. I do have a couple of females in my life that I would consider us moving towards being friends, but I would never trust them. And I'm sorry, I know that sounds really bad. I'm really fucked up. I'm really traumatized. When your own mother and sister are your biggest bullies, when they have been, trying to tear you down since you were really, really young, it fucks with you, right? It really gets in your head. Like, to this day, sometimes I think about some of the stuff they've said and did out of confusion, right? Or the way that they compete with me, but I'm never in competition with them. Like, literally, my sister said some weird shit to me about, like, they're so ignorant, and they just focus on stuff that is so weird and that does not matter, right? But that's just how the devil works, and that's how God's people work and shit. So I'm always like, what? And they be really sincere. Like, It's stupid shit. Like, I feel crazy even saying it out of my mouth because it sounds so dumb, but like, shit, like, they have bigger feet, you know, like they wear a 9 and a 10, but they're shorter than I am, right? They like 5'2", 5'3", wearing a fucking 9 and a 10. It's giving Hobbit, right? But that's not my fault. I didn't put them feet on them bitches. And then I'm like 5'5", but I wear a 7. They mad about it, right? How do I know? Because all my life I've had to hear about how small my feet are. When I have average size feet, they're just small compared to theirs, right? But all my life I've had to hear, oh, you're little, cute little feet, cute, which makes me uncomfortable. Because I'm like, why are you looking at my feet? You know what I'm saying? I ain't looking at your big, ugly ass feet. Why the fuck you looking at my goddamn feet? Or, you know, my sister said some weird shit to me the other day. Like, she's killing herself to lose weight. Good for you. I'm happy for her because maybe she'll love herself more and she'll feel better about herself, right? I don't care though, or I don't know or give a fuck if she like herself. If she don't, she's never gonna love herself, right? I know this for a fact because she never has, and there's no reason for her not to, other than the things that she don't like about herself and that she has convinced herself makes her ugly or makes her this or makes her that, right? So she is never going to love herself or feel any type of anything good towards herself. The only way, she's literally one of those type of people. If somebody else is giving her some attention, she feel good. I wake the fuck up feeling good. I go look in the mirror and be like, God damn, you are fine. Every day. For no reason other than I really feel like that. No man can ever tear me down because I know I'm a bad bitch, right? Like, in my own right and to my own self. I don't have to be bad to nobody else on this planet. I'm bad to me, right? She don't feel like that about herself, although she has started to talk about herself like that lately, you know, since we've reconnected this time, because it's always a disconnect. We reconnected over the summer, and it's always like how it was. I was just driving and she was walking, and I was like, sister, you know, out the window, and she was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, you want to ride, you know? And then there we were, right? So we get reconnected, and I know this don't got shit to do with the reading, but now we're just talking, okay? But it does at the same time, because it's about you with your self-love and your internal happiness and your healed inner child, and you may have people around you that are not quite in those areas, in those arenas or whatever. So I'm telling y'all right now, like, she's killing herself to lose weight over there. She had already lost quite a bit when I saw her in the summer. So then I pick her up, and we start kind of talking a little bit. We've never been like no everyday on the phone type of girlies because I don't like her. You know what I'm saying? I truly, genuinely in my heart don't like her. I love her, but I don't like her. There's nothing about us that's the same. We just happen to be blood sisters, and that's why she gets to continue to be in my life. But if we weren't, I would have been done with her years and years ago, because there's nothing to hang on to there, and there's nothing worth liking. You know, when you get to this point where I'm at, you can just see people's damage and how broken they are, and you see that they're faking and fronting and putting on a facade and pretending to love themselves, but it's like you really don't, because you will follow that with some shit that lets me know that you don't really feel like that about yourself. It's fucking weird. It's fucking crazy. Do the work, bitch. Do the work so you can really get there, right? So anyway, fast forward. She's losing weight. And I'm small or whatever, right? My weight fluctuates, but I'm really like 5'4.5", but I say I'm 5'5", and my weight is like anywhere between like 128 and 135. That is my fucking natural regular size. I'm small. So, and she, you know, her weight has always been kind of up and down. Sometimes she's small, but most of the time she's really big because she like to eat. Do you, bitch, go off, right? You don't have to be my size. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, dying to lose this weight. Losing weight. When she's getting smaller, I'm like, you look really good, because she does. You look healthy. You look a little like brighter. Your skin tone and shit. You look a little cleaner, you know? So I'm like, you look great. Then she comes with, oh, well, mom said, you know, that I'm losing weight, and now, and again, this is like, I don't even know how to word it. This is exactly what she said, but God, the like look of confusion and shit that be on my face, just be like, why are y'all bitches, why are you talking about me? You're losing weight. You live with mom. Y'all should be talking about you, your weight loss, and your body. I don't live with y'all. I haven't spoken to them in years. I don't fuck with them, right? I'm literally how I bumped into her. That's how we always get reattached. She'll be in a gas station that I go into, and I'd be like, Sean, you know? Like, that's just how it be every time. Because I don't be thinking about them. I don't want to be reconnected with any of them, not a one. Because they are the most toxic, low vibrational, trashy, dramatic, crazy, delusional, make shit up and run with it like it's the truth. They're fucking insane. And I have came to that conclusion way back in my early 20s, right? But they have continued to be in my life for one reason or another, in one way or another, right? Anyway, I'm explaining this because what I'm finna say is so weird that I don't know how to say it, right? So she's like, I'm like, you look good, whatever, you losing weight. And she's like, Mom said, now this is after she's like, Mom said you got all your dudes, you be walking around in the neighborhood, or you walk around here, because that's just kind of how it is. It's like, I live in Texas, so the neighborhood and the stores and all that stuff is always like in one area. You know, you could live literally across the street from a fucking Walmart or whatever, right? So it's very walkable area. And so I used to walk around a lot because I that's just who I am. I like to be outside. I like to walk around and listen to my music and stuff. I don't have to be on the phone or talking to 30 different people. I just need my music and my legs, right? And I'm gonna be having a good day. And I did used to walk around all the time. And I did get, that is where I got most of the guys that I'm currently talking to, from walking around in that area. And people just pull it up on me, right? It is what it is. That's nothing to talk about though. Because this was back when I lived over in that area. And I was telling my mom like, oh, I got, I was talking to this guy, I was talking to that guy, whatever, right? So the first weird thing she says is, I'm trying to dress nicer and do this and do that because Mom said you got all your guys from looking nice when you're out walking around out here. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm like, yeah, I did, but I just don't want to push that narrative because I wasn't getting dressed up. I was wearing fucking fitness clothes. I was wearing sneakers and I'm walking around. The only thing that looked nice about me was my hair was always done because I don't play that shit. And their hair is never done because they don't play that shit, right? So that's just the only difference really for me. And so I'm like, yeah, but I wasn't doing anything special. I was just doing what I normally do. She's basically like, who gives a fuck, whatever, blows right past it. And is like, yeah, I got a whole bunch of new clothes and shoes. And, I ordered some, this hair, da-da-da-da, I'm doing all this. So I'm like, okay, whatever helps you sleep at night. Because it's competition. Why is my name being mentioned in a household with y'all hoes and I don't even live there and y'all bitches ain't even talk to me? Y'all don't have my number or nothing. None of that shit. Why in the fuck is my name floating around in your motherfucking house? What is the obsession? Get off my pussy. Damn. Right? That's how I be feeling. Like, will these bitches move on and find something? But no, all my life, these hoes. All my motherfucking life, these bitches. Right? So that's first, but she had already lost weight. And then I see her a few weeks later, a month later or so, she's lost even more weight. So I'm like, damn, you're getting thin, but you look good. You look healthy because she just did, so this is when she's like, I knew I was really losing weight because Mom said that your back goes in above your butt. Right? Which I'm like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? She's like, yeah, my back is starting to go in above my butt, like yours. And I was just like, that shit disturbs my peace. It's weird. And then you're saying this to me like it is normal that you're in competition with a ghost bitch because you don't ever even fucking see me. We don't fuck around in the same places. You don't pull the type of niggas I pull. You don't go to the places that I go for real life, right? So who in the fuck are you in competition with? It should only be yourself because we don't fuck with each other. You will never see me in the wild unless it's at a gas station or something because we don't go to the same places, right? So it just made me feel uncomfortable, just made me feel weird. And it's like, and I always feel like my happiness and my self-love and everything comes from inside. It's internal, but I feel like they're thinking it comes from the men that I'm talking to, or my shape, or my this or my that. But it's like, that's what y'all bitches are focused on. Like, and it's just the weirdest fucking, it's the weirdest thing, y'all. Like, it is the weirdest thing in the world. Like, so yeah, my mom, I don't trust women. My mom and my sister have always bullied me. They have always been in competition with me. When I was in middle school, I think I was in middle school or going into high school, my sister was a fucking adult. She was already grown. She had already signed up. She was supposed to be going to the army, but she hadn't. It was like before she left. So they're grown ass women. I'm in school, and these bitches are like, this is the first time I found out that I had dimples in my back. And I didn't even know what those were. And I didn't even know that it was something that was supposed to be considered attractive, right? But again, they're like, oh, and it's always like, this bitch, right? That's always the energy. Oh, this bitch got dimples in her back. I'm in fucking 9th grade. I don't even know what the fuck a coochie is for yet. Like, the fuck are you talking about? I'm having kid drama. So I end up going in the bathroom and looking in the mirror and being like, these little things, like these little dips, like what, who, so, you know what I'm saying? Who cares? But they do. So I just want to bring it into perspective, like, having the wrong people around you and shit, it will fuck you up. It will have you not loving yourself because you're like, maybe if I didn't look like this, they would like me. You know, or maybe if my feet were big and ugly like theirs, they would like me more, or we'd be able to get along better. So it just got to a point where I was like, fuck them. And then I meet other bitches and I get quote unquote friends, and they some jealous assholes. Why you always get all the numbers? Because I put myself together. I have on accessories. I got on perfume. I got glitter in my fucking fountain. Like, come on. Like, I look a certain type of way. But, and then you try to put bitches on. Oh, let me help you with your hair. Let me help you with your clothes. Let me help you with your style. No, I got it. Don't need nobody to help me. But you're mad because you don't ever get no attention because you look crazy. Right? So yeah, I got to a place where I was like, bitches really are male-centered, male-focused, and I am not, which I think is why I'm always attracted men, because I never want them niggas, ever. I'm always like, okay, maybe. Give them a hard fucking time for months, sometimes years, and they just stick around. But it's because that's how the universe works. All the thirsty bitches in the world don't ever have no niggas. They're always getting blocked. They got restraining orders against them because they're chasing it. It's never gonna flow to them. I ain't never chased no masculine energy. Excuse me, my nose. Right? So, all that, all that whole long ass story and everything just to say, like, my self-love and all that it had to come from within, and that was a part of my journey. That was the biggest part of my journey, was detaching from my family for real, mentally and emotionally, because I'm constantly detaching from them physically. Yeah, but a big, huge part of my journey was detaching from them mentally and emotionally, because my brothers will just jump on the bandwagon, you know, whoever calls them the most, which I don't call my brothers because fuck y'all, right? Not in a bad way, just in a, you grown, you living your life, I'm grown, I'm living my life, and what do I need to call you for? I don't need your validation. I don't need your attention. I don't need you to tell me, you know, that I'm right or I'm wrong, because you don't really know what's going on, right? And so that's just how they are. So yeah, I had to detach from my whole family because my mom and my sister called my brothers constantly, all day, every day, lying and pretending I said and did shit to them that I didn't. They have gone their whole entire adulthoods, these two bitches, trying to turn people against me that I don't give a fuck about, which is why it's weird. It's like I have my own friends, I have my own men, I done built my own little family off to the side, you know, but yeah, they have me and my brothers used to be really close. I probably was like bestest friends with my little brother growing up. Me and my older brother had a great relationship in our early adulthood, but over the years, it changed because I'm not on the phone like, that's not true. This is what really happened. This is what she said. This is what really. And so over the years of them doing that, she did this. She said this. But don't be doing shit, but living in my skin. These bitches are pressed anytime. If I open my eyes, they're upset. They are. And yeah. They end up ruining my relationship with both of my brothers. And now I'm just like, yeah, fuck all of y'all. Because that shit was weird to me. Even with my brothers. Like, y'all know me. We used to talk every single day. I never talked about those bitches. Because I have other shit. I have a real fucking life. I have real other shit to talk about. I don't have to talk about them hoes. Right? But you sitting up eating gossip and drama like a bitch? You sitting up trying to judge me and look down on me or feel some type of way about me like a bitch, nigga? Because some shit that a bitch, like... So yeah, that changed the way I saw them, right? To a point where it's like, I don't want you in my life. You are fucking weird. And then it's just a lie, right? And that's why I could never find this son energy. Why I was never truly happy. It never had nothing to do with no niggas for me. Niggas are a dime a dozen. I can get a nigga any day of the week, right? Like, that's nothing. I don't have to even think about that. The problems were family shit for me. And so a lot of times we don't see what the real big issue is and what the real big problem is. And we'll be like, oh, it's because my baby daddy did this or my ex did that or my dad did. But it's like, it could be everybody. The fact that you have a sibling that constantly attacks you and the mom backs that sibling up and then they run to other siblings and they all get in cahoots. You're the chosen one, right? The chosen one is always going to have to crawl and save themselves from their own karmic family first, because it's a karmic family. They're broken, they're low vibrational, they're toxic, they're delusional, they gossip, they talk about each other just as much as they talk about the next person, right? Because my people talk about each other just as bad as they talk about me. The difference is I'd be like, I'm not going to talk to them anymore because this is weird. And they just be running back and forth between each other, trying to say what really happened according to them. He said, she said this. No, this is what really happened. No, well, I talked to this person and they said, you said this. I don't, Nope. Remove me from the motherfucking chat, please. And don't ever the fuck put me back, because I don't want to do that with you. This is all you got to talk about is what she said and he said? How was work? Oh, you ain't got no job. Go get a job. See, they have something else to talk about, you know? Like, yeah, it's shiftless loser type shit. So I was like, and then I started my channels and stuff, and that was the final straw. That was the breaking straw. It was, oh, you're crazy, you're a psycho, you're a devil worshiper, you're a witch, you're this, you're that, you're crazy, you're crazy. I was crazy. Then my shit took off. Now I'm bringing in thousands and $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month. Boy, that really tipped the scale. That's when they were really like, that's when they all came together. Like, she's lying. She doesn't really make that. And that was weird too. Like, what the fuck do I have to lie about? One, but two, why are you pressed? Right? And I just was like, that's when I really saw them for who they were. And I was like, this is what people mean. When you see all the celebrities and when you see the other content creators, when you see anybody who has gotten ahead in life in the slightest bit, they got a following on TikTok. They got a following on YouTube. They got a little following on Instagram. They got whatever the fuck going on, right? They twitching. The people that are closest to you, that's when you'll see, these motherfuckers hate me. These motherfuckers want me to have nothing for the rest of my life and not be able to take care of my. That would satisfy them. But me figuring it out on my own, by myself, my own way, didn't ask for no help, didn't ask for no support, didn't ask for a motherfucking thing. Did it on my own while being called crazy and laughed at and still doing it and still got the people fucking cracking the fuck up because I'm that bitch. And now you're mad? Because I figured it out, right? All of that got me to my son energy. All of that but it was a fucking process. It was years of me being like, they don't love you. They are not your friends. She is not your mother. She is a demon. She is the devil reincarnated. The bitch literally has 666 in her social and in her motherfucking license plate. I swear to God. Right? It's like, and in a couple of other places. This is the matriarch that I'm talking about, right? So respectful. So it's like, you know, when I really took a step back and was like, I am meant for greatness. I'm meant to not be dealing with them, and I'm meant to detach from them, because the next thing that I do, because I've already been getting things together for the next thing that I'm gonna do, which I know is gonna take off even bigger than these fucking tarot channels, right? But I want to make sure I'm completely ready and prepared before I put it out there, because I don't want to have to stop once I start. So I'm pre-recording my ass off, right? So yeah, it's like that next thing is going to be better. It's going to be bigger. It's going to bring in more money, more success, and things like that. More clout, quote unquote. None of the shit I give a fuck about, but it just is what it is. Spirit has shown me what it is, and I believe it, because everything that it showed me it's always been right. So yeah, had to get to a place where I was like, fuck this. And so I could remain in this energy. Anyway, so maybe somebody needed to hear that. Maybe some of y'all are having some issues with some family members or whatever, and you're trying to figure out like what's the best course of action to take, or, you know, you're trying to figure out like, but this is my family. Not necessarily, right? Those are the people that you grew up in the house with. That is the person that carried and incubated your ass. Those are the balls you came out of. But all those things don't make people family. People's actions is what make people a family, right? And the story and even the advice, hold on y'all, let me blow my nose, because I feel like it's like you're meant for greatness, or you're doing something and it's gonna take off, and your quote unquote family, they're gonna try to attack you, take you down. They're gonna start talking about you, spreading rumors, lies. They may even try to get people to physically harm you or unalive you, like my people did, all out of jealousy, right? I'm built different. I'm built different, so the shit affected me differently. But I got angry, because that's just the type of person that I am. Like, I'm never gonna be, I ain't no bitch, right? I'm not finna sit up and be like, oh God. No, I'm finna get mad. Wait a minute, you know, what the fuck is up? Like, what's the problem here? And then I'm gonna get angry, because what is your fucking problem? I'm not finna get heartbroken or sad. I'm finna get mad than a motherfucker. Getting mad because what the fuck have I ever done to you? Then that be my thing. Like, what have I done to you? Nobody is perfect, and nobody has not done anything to anybody, right? But they live in those moments. Oh, you did this to me 19 years ago. I hate you. If I hated you ever since, this is why I don't like you, because of that. Did you forget why I did that? Did you forget you did such and such first? Right? Stuff like that. But I don't live in those moments and shit. But anyways, regardless, I'm gonna jump off of here. I just feel like somebody's path is mirroring mine, like to a fucking T. You know, I don't know who it is. I don't know who needed to hear that story. I don't know who needs this, but if you doing something and it's starting to move, you're selling a product on TikTok that, you know, your own little hair care line, or whatever you're doing, you just started posting on social media, you know, in a certain type of way, you know, in a way where you're trying to actually do content and take off and go viral and all those type of things. And it hasn't worked thus far, but I am telling you, it is about to snap. You selling baked goods, and you selling about your house. I'm telling you, by the end of next year, you're going to be in a brick and mortar, right? Or whatever it is. And it's people around you right now that are acting like either you're crazy or your shit isn't going to work, or, you know, they may try to act even like they're supporting you, but they're talking down about you behind your back. Or you can just kind of feel or sense that like something isn't sincere or genuine about what they're saying or doing. Start working on detaching now. I'm telling you, you don't want to have to do it once your shit is moving, because it's going to distract you from your shit that you have that is moving. Right? Start working on it now. There is Ace of Swords, Four of Swords, healing and epiphany that needs to come to the forefront of, this person does not fuck with me, right? Some of y'all, it is your mom. But if you love your mom and y'all have a great relationship and she's mad supportive, then clearly we're not talking to you. And also, congratulations. You know, I don't know. I feel like I've never had it, right? But, I mean, I'm telling you, people who are chosen, they walk the hardest path. And it can break you and it can take you down and it can destroy you. It can stagnate you. That is what the people around you who are working for the other side, your enemies, your ops, the enemy, that's what they want. For you to be like, no, I'm not doing this anymore because nobody supported me and everybody hated on me and everybody got together and banded together to go against me because I'm doing something that don't have nothing to do with them because they're minding my motherfucking business, right? So, yeah, just... there's some healing, there's an epiphany, there's an understanding that you guys or that somebody needs to have. This could even be a message for somebody around you. You could have a friend where you are been trying to tell them, like, not even convince, but just get them to open their eyes and see your people don't love you. They don't fuck with you. They don't like you. They don't support you, right? You might have been like, stop telling your fucking sister everything you're doing next, because the bitch might run out and try to do it first, right? Or she may run around and start pretending like she's you, right? The crazy person in the readings that I always be talking about is my sister, right? Bitch is literally trying to turn into me. It is the most disturbing, and also it's a little scary, because it's like, why aren't you trying to be the best version of you? And that's how you know people minds ain't right. You know, that's not going to work for you. That's not going to be fulfilling for you, pretending to be me. You know, every day that you wake up and every night that you go to bed that you are faking and fronting and pretending and lying all day to everybody. That's what's wrong with a lot of people, right? So you may have somebody where you're trying to tell them, like, your sister is not your friend. Every time you tell her something, she run and do it first. Every time you say you're going to get something, she go runs and gets it first. Every time you say, I plant seeds that ain't even real now. Because it's like, this bitch is such a delusional lunatic and she's in such competition with me that I'll be like, I'm finna start an OnlyFans. I ain't starting no motherfucking OnlyFans, but I bet you money she gonna run and try to hurry up and start her one first. Now your pussy's on the internet. You know, because you trying to fuck with me. You better watch out, because I'm a clown at the end of the day. It's always about a joke for me, right? So, and that's an example, but I really have been planting false seeds because you're in such competition that you can't even see that the shit I'm saying is completely far-fetched. It makes no sense. So, yeah. I'm finna go. Sorry for the long-ass story time. It was so fucking random, but Spirit put that so heavily on my heart. Like, tell your shit. Tell what needs to be told so the people know, like, you can be okay. You can still laugh. You can still have enjoyment. You can still be in the sun. Your inner child can still feel whole, happy, healthy, and healed, you know, even if you have to cut your people off. Matter of fact, you probably feel more happy, whole, healthy, and healed if you cut the motherfuckers off, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and that was a lesson I had to learn myself, like, well, that's my family. I don't want to cut them off forever. And so a year would go by, 2 years, a year and a half or whatever, and I would check in with them. Not with the intention of, oh, let's be best friends. But just, these are my people, you know, and I see them how I see them. I feel about them how I feel. They may have delusions of how I think and feel and see them, but they're not true. How I really feel and think and see them is how I just said. Sad, damaged, broken, low vibrational, mental health issues, lots and lots of issues. Nothing good about any of those people, right? So once I was honest with myself, I'm trying to figure out how to word it. Once I was more honest with myself, especially with the Ace of Swords coming out and then with the Seven of Pentacles too. Yes, right? You're planting your own foundation, you're planting your own seeds, but you're able to manifest and grow this Seven of Pentacles because of this Ace of Swords, this truth, this epiphany, this revelation that you're having, or that you have had, or that you need to go through, which is going to be from here, the understanding, the healing, oh, holy shit, I need to disconnect. Holy shit, I need to detach. Holy shit, I'm chosen. These motherfuckers are working for the other side. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be trying to stop you. They're supposed to try to take you down. they're supposed to make you feel crazy or try to distract. You know, they're doing what they're working for the other side. They working for the darkness. There's no light. These are all empty vessels. So they've all been occupied, right? Because my daddy wasn't around when I was a kid and I just can't get over. And now you done become an adult and now there's nothing there. There's no light because all your whole entire life you've been moping around about you not having a daddy, right? And you still moping around about it at your big age, right? Daddy dead now, you know, and you still pressed. You don't even have an opportunity to know the man because he's deceased. But it's still affecting them, you know, in a negative way to where they're now just empty, right? So these people that are trying to take you or whomever down, that's what they're supposed to be doing. That's their job. They're doing their job. You need to do your job. Wake the fuck up. Your job. Stop fucking making excuses. Oh, but that's my brother. So, is he trying to take you out, bitch? Yes, he is. Okay, get the fuck out of there. Oh, that's my brother. That's my sister. Is she fucking every nigga you bring around her? Yeah? Okay, fuck her. That ain't your motherfucking sister. That's a beast. That's a demon, you know? Like, dead ass. So, there's somebody riddled with familiar spirits who were like, you know, let's see, this person is this, that, and the third. So we can do this, that, and the third to get in this person's head and change the narrative, right? So wake the fuck up, see shit for what it is, have that epiphany, stand on it, revelation, truth, honesty, clarity. This is what the fuck it is. You're going to have to heal from it once you really, really accept the truth for what it is. Wow, they really fucking have been trying to take me down my whole life. Wow, they really are jealous of shit that I have no fucking control. Back dimples, bitch. I'm telling y'all, like, you done pointed some shit out to a bitch that she didn't even know was there, because who in the fuck cares, right? So, yeah, like, just that type of weirdo shit, or if your sister, you know, y'all know what I mean. We not finna keep getting into examples. I'm finna go. Wake the fuck up, okay? Wake up, cut them the fuck off, heal. Don't let nobody play in your face, because that'll happen too. I didn't say that. You know she's a liar. I did not say that. I did not do that. This did not happen. Believe your higher self. Your first mind is God, right? If it pop in your head out of no fucking where before you even have a chance to have a thought, that's what the fuck you're supposed to do. That is a message from the divine saying, don't do that. Do that. Don't talk to her. Cut her off. Right? Or whatever, right? So you're gonna have to heal from it and stuff, and you're gonna have to like sit with it. And when you start to know what you know, or if you watching this and you like, oh my God, because this person's been just rummaging through your mind the entire time I've been talking, whoever it is for you, yeah, see him start to look back and be like, wow, I did catch her giving me that nasty ass, stank ass look out the side of her eye on multiple occasions when I was telling stories, or after I came back from a date, or look for that type of shit. It is very obvious and apparent. You ain't even gonna have to look hard. Once you go to actually try to look and see, well, is anybody hating on me? You'll see it more clearly than you even wanted to. It's to the point where it might freak you the fuck out. But either way, yeah, greatness will come from it. Seven of Pentacles, your manifestations or whatever are going to come to fruition. You just have to go through this, right? With this Ace of Swords, you have to wake up. You have to see the truth for what it is. Because when it comes to these masculines or this masculine or whatever, y'all see shit so clearly. I'm so proud of my collective friends. But yeah, when it comes to the family, some of y'all are struggling, or the friend groups. Some of y'all are struggling. Some of y'all don't want to see shit for what it is. You don't want to accept it. You don't want to cut them off because that's your mom. But you gotta, come on now, who's more important? This goes right along with fucking with these guys and these girls. Who is more important? That's my mom, but she makes you fucking miserable? She calling you bitches, hoes, sluts, cunts, and all kind of other shit? That's not how a mother is supposed to talk to her fucking child. That's my mama though. It's okay, because she always been like that. And so that makes it okay? She calling you bitches and that make it okay because she done called you bitches since she was in 5th grade? No, that don't make that okay. That's fucking weird. Then the motherfucker cut that bitch respectfully the fuck off, okay? Swear to God, okay? All right, y'all, so I'm finna get out of here. All right, yeah. Love you guys. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, like it if you like it, subscribe if you like my vibe. My name is OmniBadu, and until next time, bye.